I was told to make a video about Confucius's morals. He had three big main ones. Number one was human rituals. We all have a set pattern of functions that we do to each other in society. Handshakes, waving, and please and thank yous. The basic polite thing that we've been taught since we were kids. Social roles is next. And it's the big question, what do we owe to each other in a society? He argued that we owe each other kindness and we owe each other our time. Time I wrote in terms of work, but Confucius preferred kindness to each other. He worshipped that a lot more than any sort of job. Efficient action is basically nature and nurture, what most people agree on nowadays. We have a certain set of biological impulses, but we change based on how we're raised. But in this case, he believed nurture was about a society and values rather than an individual person. Next, we move on to my quote I chose. Page 1308 on book 6. I chose a simple one since I think it pretty much sums up Confucius' views in a nutshell. Master said to Zia, be a noble scholar, not a vulgar pedant. Now, noble scholar, that's pretty simple. Be kind and be educated. And not a vulgar pedant. Vulgar means be loud and obnoxious, rude. But pedant is basically OCD, to be too focused on the minute details. So, basically, don't be a dictator, basically. That's what it is. It's don't be a dictator, don't be rude, and don't force everything to be in your way. Now that's strange, actually, because it brings up another question that I was going to bring up at some point. Is it right to make morals universal? This quote argues that it doesn't. It's dependent on the person. Being a vulgar pedant is basically this, showing that Confucius' views himself changed. He was at one point trying to make everyone follow his moral rule set, his line of reasoning, but it did not work out. So instead he became a teacher, which is what all his books are. It's students writing down his teachings. So, this quote from the master, Confucius, basically shows and changed the views. It shows he preferred being a kind teacher rather than someone who forced his views across the world. So, it brings us back to these three rules. He fully believes these, and he taught these to other people, and he tried to make it universal across the country. But he changed his views as he failed. It's interesting. Okay, these three morals applied today is thus. We still use the rules of interaction. We still shake hands, we still say please and thank you, we do all the polite human things. The second one, as jobs become more and more harder to come by, it becomes more important to appreciate what we offer outside of that. And Confucius's second rule, though it includes work, its heavy focus on relationships makes it apply more. And the third big one is about nature and nurture. Like I said, we've updated it to be nature and nurture. It used to be nature versus nurture, but Confucius' third tenet shows our modern day understanding that it is both.